what kind of conversations have I been having? So personally, right, so my significant other is a law enforcement officer. And so we have been having a lot more conversations around what it means to be Black within the context of a system that is, has largely produced racist outcomes, that has largely caused harm, to our communities, right? And so we've been having more conversations around, candid conversations around what it means to be Black and show up in that space and tap into one's inherent power, right? To exist in that space and push back on the powers that be, to be in that kind of space and advocate, right, for reimagining that system. We've been talking about what it means to defund the police, and as much as he is also a police officer. So personally, those are the kind of conversations that we're having, and it's necessary, right? It's necessary. And again, that in and of itself is nuanced. I'm learning, he's learning. Professionally, I've been facilitating a lot of sessions with Black folks in corporate America who are experiencing racialized trauma. The trauma of having to consume all that we are consuming in the mainstream, Black death, and then show up to work. And so we've been having a lot of conversations around what it means to just process, what it means to be responsive to our own emotions and grief, which is what it is, what it means to create our own narratives while we are occupying or still part of white spaces, right? We've been having conversations with Black leaders and Black employees on what it means to organize internally so that we can hold these organizations and leaders accountable especially after so many have issued these statements. And so that's a big part of the work right now, empowering our folks, the folks that may not necessarily be protesting on the ground, but the folks who are internal to many of these organizations that play a huge part in the broader, ecosystem, social change ecosystem of what it means to organize, rise up, own our inherent power, and hold folks, largely white folks, accountable to what they say. And so, yeah, we've been having a lot of those conversations. And that's probably why I'm hopeful, right? Because these conversations feel different. I've been having a lot of conversation with my friends, really around just expanding. I've been having a lot of conversations with my friends, broadening their consciousness around the systems that we are experiencing. I have grown to learn that the more I understand whiteness, white supremacy, and how it shows up in its subtle ways, the less I am inclined to internalize deficit mindsets, internalize mindsets that would suggest I'm less than, because I know how the system works. And so that's a big part of the conversations that I'm having with folks who are in my sphere of influence. It ain't you, it's this system. Black is not exhausting white supremacy, racism, and white apathy in response to racism is exhausting, but Black is wonderful. Black is beautiful. Black is strong. Black is righteous. Black inherently is not tiring. It's what we are experiencing within this system that comes with its fatigue. And so those are the conversations that are important to me and that I am having.